Leechmonger is the type of boss in Demon Souls whose loving appearance will surely lend you nightmares. If you don't want trying to beat him to also be a nightmare, then watch on as I show you how to easily take this sucker down, whether you want to cheese him with ranged attacks or whether you want to take him on up close and personal with a sword. You can see him down there at the bottom of the arena. If you want to take him on with a sword, you have to get down there. I'll show you the easy way to do that in a moment. First, come to this spot here. This is the ultimate ranged cheese spot. I recommend equipping fire arrows because he's weak to fire. Move forward a little bit so that you can see him and then just start firing. He can't hit you while you're standing here, and you can't hit those twigs either. They're philosophical twigs, they're not real. Your arrows will go straight through them, so just fire away until he's dead. If you're a magic heathen like I am, then you can lock onto him from this position and you can do the exact same thing with magic. Again, fire away until he's dead. If calling that cheese makes you feel better about the fact that you don't have enough arrows or magic to do it too, then you're going to have to go toe to toe with the sucker down below. For that, I recommend equipping the regenerator ring for some passive healing, though the most important thing you really want is a decent shield. I'm using a heater shield. This is a +6, but it doesn't matter about what level it is. What matters is the number next to that green sword icon. What you want there is 100 or close to. That's the amount of damage reduction your shield will give you. To get down to this horrendous monstrosity, there are platforms circling right around the arena. Our blood-sucking buddy wants us to try to run that gauntlet while he hurls balls upon balls of leeches at you the whole way. The good news is, we're not going to fall for that. There's a safe rock down below and we're going to go in the opposite direction to get to that as fast as we can. The direction we'll be going is straight down over there. But before we do that, watch the boss's health bar. Look at his health going up. When he puts his arms up in the air like that, he'll heal himself. He can do it as many times as he wants, and he can even do it to the point that he can fully heal himself no matter how much damage you've put on him. The good news is it works against him because you can hit the hell out of him while he's doing it. But we'll get to that in a moment. First, let's get to our safe rock down below. Now before you go running off, know that sometimes if you just stand here and wait, the boss can calm down. That can be pretty helpful because it can stop him from hurling those big slime balls that he throws at you constantly. Otherwise you might find yourself dodging one on the way down. But even then, it's not far to go. We're just going down a couple of drops and then we'll be running to our safe place. What you want to do is drop down right here and then immediately off this corner. This lands us on a platform, run straight forward about 2 meters and you're already on the safe rock. The boss will almost certainly fire a slime ball at you. All you have to do is lock onto him, hold up guard and dodge left or right. The way you do it is when he shakes, the moment he comes out of that shake is when you dodge left or right. This particular spot is very good for this. If I turn around and show you, there's kind of a curvature in the wall there. What happens is, sometimes if he fires a slime ball and you dodge it and it doesn't hit anything, or if you dodge through it and it goes over your head, sometimes a second slime ball will come flying around and hit you. So to avoid having a sudden second slime ball hitting you out of the sky, just make sure you dodge left or right in front of this rock. The reason you want to be on this rock is you can't go into the swamp. If you go into the swamp, you'll get covered in leeches. If you're covered in leeches, fire on your weapon is your friend. However, a lot of people will be using weapons that can't have fire applied to them, like mine. That's why I don't have fire, and that's why you might not have fire. So stay on this rock and you won't have to worry about it. Now he's already done a few of his moves and I haven't told you a thing about him because I've been banging on about leeches and fire. Don't worry about that, I'm not going to kill him fast. I'll let you see all of his moves over and over again to the point that you'll know them so well you'll be able to do this first time. Starting with when he puts his arms slowly up in the air like that and quivers. That's when he heals his health bar and it's the perfect time to hit him. When he puts his arms up in the air fast like that, it's always going to be a slam. Best not to be there when he does it. Make sure you always keep your shield guard up because he has a jab that comes out super quick like that. You won't take any damage if your shield has 100 damage reduction on it. Here he swings his arms from his right to his left and then again from his left to his right. Because your shield guard is up, you'll tank the first hit, then just move backwards out of the way of the second swipe. When his arms go up slow and he's quivering, that's the best time to go to town on him. Just remember, every time you stop hitting him, put your guard straight up as you back off. That way, if he does a fast jab like that, you'll just tank it. This is his double arm swinging move again, just to tank the first move and back off for the second. You can actually roll left under the first swipe and then roll right under the second swipe, but since we want to stay in the same position on this rock, it's way better just to tank the first swipe and then move backwards. Obviously by now you can see this fight could have ended ages ago. If this was you, the fight would already be over, but I'm deliberately prolonging it so that you get as much time as possible to watch his moves. Remember, the further away you stay from him, the more likely it is to prompt him to do this move, which is easily avoided. All you have to do is dodge at the end of his shake, so the moment he comes out of his shake, dodge immediately. However, that could go on forever. He tends to just do it over and over and over as long as you're out of range. So to avoid that, you'll want to move in close as soon as you can. Be aware when you do move in close though, if you don't come back the way you went out, you can get caught on the environment like this. No, you're not going to get to heal while I'm demonstrating environmental hazards. Just take note of the path that I'm backing up there. That's the same path that I go down to hit him. That's all you need to be aware of. Go down and up that same spot over and over again. If you do stray a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right once you're down there and you get caught on some of the environment, just correct yourself and go back up. Any damage you take there will be very small so long as you're always holding your guard up. So just remember, if he raises his arms, both arms up in the air quickly, he's going to slam. If he raises them slowly, he's going to heal. If he puts his left arm behind his back, like that, he's going to slam and do a lot of follow-up slams. And then the only other move he's got is the jab, which you don't have to worry about if you're always guarding because you'll always tank it. And the double arm swipe, which again, you don't have to worry about. You'll just tank it and then move backwards. And finally, I'll just show you what happens if you actually do get caught getting stuck on something. So if I walk too much to the left and get caught, I can't get out of that attack. But look at my damage, it's next to nothing. The regenerator ring will heal that, but even if you have just a little bit of grass, you can heal from a small wound like that. Also bear in mind that the Leechmonger is really scared of fire. Whatever fire you have in your arsenal, use it on him if you want. That'll make this fight go 10 times quicker than what you're seeing happening here. I don't want to use fire on him, obviously, because I prefer to make my guides based on the assumption that when you get to him, you may not have any pine resin, you may not have any fire bombs, you may not have any fire magic, or you may not have any fire arrows. That way, you can watch this and you'll know exactly how to beat him, no matter what your level is, and no matter what weapons you have. That said, the only other thing you're probably wondering about is whether or not your shield can do what my shield's doing, so I'll just quickly swap out to the Adjudicator shield. That's the only other shield I have in my inventory, but it's base level, it's not upgraded, it does have a good 90 damage stat, and it does heal you a little bit as well like the regenerator ring does, but it's still good enough to show you that any shield will work here. Just try to aim for the highest damage reduction stat you can on the shield you decide to use. Anyway, that'll do. You've seen all of his moves, there's nothing you don't know how to counter. Now all you have to do is go and do the fight, don't panic, and you'll be fine. And to earn a like on this video, here's a pro tip. Never use salt on a leech. It can make them vomit while they're still sucking on you, and that's bad if you're not a fan of infections. True story.